action.
Alright, we're going down the East River today and then going up the Hudson River to the 79th Street Boat Basin. And we're just going to walk you through what we've been talking about the last couple days in order to plan for this. We've been watching the tides for a little while and making our plan. We're up here in City Island and we're going to drop down. We're on the west side of City Island. We're going to drop down and go through the Frog's Neck and then come down here to the East River and up here and then up the west side of Manhattan. So the first thing to know when you're transiting the East River is what the tide is going to do, because you want to hit Hellgate when the tide is going with you. Whether you're coming up from if you're coming up from New York Harbor, then you'd want to get the flood tide through the whole area. If you're coming down from Long Island Sound, you want to have the ebb current. So we've got Eldridge here, and you go and look. Hellgate currents 110. So I think it's the 15th of June today, 2014. Yep, 15th. And we've got our ebb starting at Hellgate at 12:26 p.m. We're about an hour, maybe a little more than an hour from Hellgate right here. So we're going to try to pick up anchor about 11:15 this morning, so that we can hit Hellgate right when the current's turning, or maybe just a little bit after that. It doesn't, I mean, if we show up a half an hour late or something like that, it's not going to matter too much. But we just want to try to ride that current the whole way down from Hellgate. We're going to actually pick up some of the current earlier in the East River too, because the current's going to change, up by Rikers Island and stuff a couple minutes earlier than it does at Hellgate. So let's just walk you through the chart here and show you what we got. So. As I said, we're over here at City Island in a pretty bumpy anchorage, especially we got wind coming sort of out of the northwest right now, and so we've been getting this long fetch here, and then you've got all the traffic. Don't know if I'd necessarily recommend this anchorage again.
I don't think they can see over your hand.
Oh, okay.
You're up that way.
Okay. So we're up here, sort of in this area, right off the Stuyvesant Yacht Club. We had also been over here the day before, over at Port Washington, spent a couple days there. That was great anchorage, very, very calm and stuff. Another place to drop down, you might just have to give yourself maybe an hour and a half or so before the tide changes at Hellgate if you were leaving from there instead of from City Island. But anyway, we're going to come down and we're going to make our way to the Red 48 right here, the bell buoy, kind of right at the base of Frog's Neck. I've already put in what the compass bearing is. Probably won't be a problem. We can see pretty clear today. It's a nice day other than some windy conditions. But we're going to take 178 degrees magnetic course from the red-green buoy off of our anchorage down to that Red 48. And then we're just going to drop through the East River. And I'm assuming, never done this before, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty smooth ride through there. It's going to be pretty obvious which way to go because we are in a pretty narrow river for most of the part. We're just going to stay as far as we can to the right without getting into the shallows, although the shallows are feet from the side, and sometimes it's steep right up to the side of the river. So we're going to cruise along here, go under the Whitestone Bridge, and then we will flipping to another page. And kind of joining the chart right over here, and then coming through here, continuing again, just on the right-hand side, we'll try to stay in this deep water, not get into the shallows over there. That's one of the few spots that you need to really watch out for. So make our way here to red number 6 there off of Hunts Point, and we're going to see Rikers Island, hopefully as close as we ever get to it. Come down here, and we're going to stay to the north here of North Brother Island. You can make it through here, some nasty currents through there and stuff like that. Also maybe some additional traffic or traffic concerns in that narrower thoroughfare there. So we're staying to the outside here in the main channel, coming down here, and that will join the chart right up over here. And we're going to just come down through this way, and then we pass by Randall and Ward's Island here. They filled all that area in the sunken meadow to make one island out of what used to be those two islands there. come down here, and this is where we start to enter Hellgate right here. And we're going to see some currents. We could see currents up to about 4 knots or so. So when we're going with the current, we should be cruising. We cruise at about a 6 knot, a little less than 6 knot, speed under engine. So we could be seeing 10 knots of speed over ground through here. We're going to come here, and we're going to make sure that we stay to the outside. But as I've already marked off this area here with some rocks and some 2-3 foot depths, we're going to stay away from this. So we're going to have to pay attention after we pass Negro Point here and make sure that we head straight for the red mark here, the flashing red. So we're going to come, cruise around, stay again as close to Mill Rock as possible, because we've kind of got a blind turn here. So any traffic heading up the river, is going to be coming around that we're not going to be able to see. We don't have AIS, so we're not going to be able to identify vessels ahead of time. We're going to come down here, and then we're going to just continue staying on the right-hand side of the channel as we drop down the East River along the Manhattan side. And here you've got Roosevelt Island, which comes. It's possible for boats to transit on the east side of Roosevelt Island. There's a drawbridge right here, 40-foot clearance? Yeah, 40-foot clearance when it's down, clears up to 99 foot. It's a lift bridge, I guess I should say. But we're not even going to bother with that. You apparently need to call, 6 hours ahead of time to get the thing lifted. No reason why we shouldn't just come down this side, which is clear. It's got one bridge, but it's got a bridge that's more than high enough for us to get by. We have 56 feet of clearance or something like that on our Diana 37. So we're going to come down, keep riding that current. You ready?
Yep.
Alright, so we just had a little mishap with the camera, but as I was saying, and you probably didn't hear because we'll cut this around, but we're going to be coming on this side of Roosevelt Island, drop down the river here alongside Manhattan, cross through under a couple other bridges, nothing any normal sailboat needs to worry about, or sailboat of our size. And then cross under the Brooklyn Bridge finally, and we'll be out in the upper part of the Upper Bay and the New York Harbor. Come around the Battery, and then we're going to head north up the Hudson River, and we'll be bucking a current in the Hudson River. The Hudson's pretty much on the same tide current schedule as the East River, so we'll have the full flow of the tidal and also the Hudson River current as well that we'll be bucking all the way up to the 79th Street Boat Basin. Now, we've got this nice chart kit from MapTech, New York to Nantucket, which covers most of the passage here. But up here, as you can see, it joins MapTech, waterproof chart, Hudson River, and New York Harbor. So we don't actually have a chart all the way up to, or we didn't actually have a chart all the way up to the 79th Street Boat Basin. But yesterday in City Island, we picked up MapTech New York Harbor and approaches, because it was the only one they had. And that will give us all the way up to the 79th Street Boat Basin. So you can see here again, there's the Battery, come around, head up, and then just off the chart on the other side, so I think we flip it over here, yep. Head up here, and there is the 79th Street Boat Basin, right there, where we hope to pick up a mooring and stay for a couple days, explore the city a little bit more. Heard good things about the 79th Street Boat Basin, at least good things in that they have a shower, and that their moorings are relatively inexpensive. They also apparently have laundry facilities. Yeah, we'll report back on that later though.